You really wanted to play this part above all. Why?
Well, a couple of years ago, I first met Noel Pearson, and during the course of a long evening at his place, he told me the story of Christy's life, some of it. And without knowing any more about him, he became a kind of hero of mine. And then, quite out of the blue, last spring, I began to read the script, and it just appeared. I didn't know where from at the time, and I began to read it, and it was beautifully written. And in the course of time, it had passed from my mind, that event with Noel, and then little by little I realised it was the story that he told me. And I wasn't convinced that I ought to do it. I thought the film should be made, and he was a great hero of mine. I didn't know if it was the right thing for me to take it on, but I just couldn't resist it.
Extraordinarily difficult part to play because of his condition and trying to recreate that condition. Did you meet Christy? Did you ever meet, or did you see him?
I never met him. The first sight I had of him was kind of experimenting with the use of colourful language on your programme.
Yes.
In fact,
You saw
I saw
that,
a tape of that, which Jim Sheridan had.
Well, it's more than we have, as a matter of fact, because we went looking for a tape of that, and we haven't got a copy of it. So I didn't know there was a copy in existence. Yes, he let fly with a couple of rudenesses while he was on the Late Show as well. But his whole life interested you, Daniel, did it?
Yeah, his whole life, and the life, the circumstances from which he came, into which he was born, his family life, the life of the town surrounding him, everything about it I was fascinated by, and just so particularly by his. And the interesting thing about the script, I think, it seemed to me anyway, that it wasn't a predominant feature, his disability. I was just struck by, more than anything else, by his anger at the way in which he was perceived and misunderstood sometimes, and his desire that the record should be set straight. And I felt he was a pioneer in a way. He was actually charting territory which had never been charted before, and I think my heroes have always been people that have actually ventured into that kind of territory, and he was and he never let up. He continued to confront people. He confronted his own fears, which takes huge courage, and he confronted other people's fears head on.
Of him,
Yeah.
including fears of him, yeah. Well,